Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to Guns N' Roses Central. And it's Monday morning, which means it's time to look at this past week's Guns N' Roses news. Now, there was a lot of stories making the news this week, but we're going to start off with an interview that Dave Grohl did where he talked about how Axl Rose thanked him with a really beautiful gift. So Dave Grohl was doing an interview where he talked about the Foo Fighters' worst gig and how it actually turned into their best gig. So if you guys remember last year, Foo Fighters were playing Sweden, and basically Dave Grohl fell off stage and broke his leg. So he was speaking with Radio X, and basically Foo Fighters were playing a show at Manchester's stadium, and he admitted that the moment he fell off stage at a show in Gothenburg, Sweden, in June of 2015, it was the lowest point in his performing career. But that event quickly turned around. He said that I thought it was the worst gig of my life, and then we got up on stage and finished the show, and it was the best show of our entire career. He recalled, we just played that again recently, and it was a little post-traumatic, looking at the stage and looking where I fell off. So because of Grohl's broken leg, Foo Fighters, of course, had to call off a number of shows on their 2015 tour, including a headlining slot at the Glastonbury Festival a few weeks later. So Dave returned to live performance not long after, appearing on stage with his leg in a plaster and sat upon an impressive guitar-strewn throne. Now, Axl Rose ended up injuring himself at Guns N' Roses' first gig as part of the Not in This Lifetime tour at the Troubadour back in April of 2016, so they ended up borrowing Dave Grohl's chair. And Grohl said, when Axl borrowed it, his management asked, how much do you charge for the throne? You can't charge anybody for the throne, it's bad karma, so we let him have it for free. To ease the bad memory, Grohl employed the services of a stuntman to prank the crowd by opening the show with another spectacular fall. So Foo Fighters were playing the same city 3 years later, and it was funny because they had a stuntman go out at the beginning of the show and pretend to fall off stage. And then Dave Grohl revealed that he got a special gift from Axl Rose. He said, at the end of the tour, he gave me as a thank you gift the most incredible guitar, the best guitar I have ever had in my life. It's a Gibson ES335, but it's a single dot. It's kind of rare. It's like a 63 or 65. I use it all over the new record. So you have Axl Rose's bad foot to thank for the sound of the latest Foo Fighters album, Concrete and Gold. So the company Knucklebonz, which is releasing a number of different Guns N' Roses action figures, including 80s era Axl Rose, Slash, and Duff, had just released a trailer for their 3D limited edition vinyl of the Appetite for Destruction Celtic Cross. So there's a new trailer they released, and here's the trailer for you guys to check out. So it's scheduled to come out in sometime this summer, and there's only 1,987 copies of this being made. So the 3D vinyl retails for $249 US, and here's the trailer for you guys to enjoy.
3D vinyl captures the great album art for the last 30 or 40 years and brings that to you in a statue collector series. 3D vinyl collector series is 12 by 12 inches. It can be both a desktop mount as well as mounted on your wall.
So speaking of Appetite for Destruction, we've got the reissue coming out in a week or so, and I want to thank my subscriber Lou for sending me this. So it turns out, if you're in Canada, they're going to be having a launch party hosted by Universal Music. So the launch party is more of just a pop-up store that they're doing for the Appetite for Destruction reissue. There's limited spots available, but the only city that they're doing it in Canada is Toronto. I personally emailed Universal, and they said for the time being, we're only doing Toronto. So it's going to be going on at the Scarborough Town Center from June 29th to July 1st. There's going to be a pop-up store that'll be open to the public for 3 days only. And then there's also, I think, a special event that you'll have to RSVP to if you want to go up, so to check it out. So it'll probably be similar to what we've seen before. I'm sure they're going to have a pop-up store in LA as well, and there may be more pop-up stores happening across Europe when Appetite for Destruction comes out at the end of the month. So let me know if you guys would ever go to something like this. I know if I lived in Toronto, I would gladly go take a camera and film it. And if any of you guys are in Toronto planning on going, I would love to see some footage from you guys, or if you want to send me some footage, that would be great. So we still have some other Appetite for Destruction reissue news. So somebody in the UK posted this on Reddit. So it looks like some more Guns N' Roses posters have appeared around the UK. and it's basically just to promote the upcoming reissue. So they've got some lyrics from Anything Goes from Appetite for Destruction. And you know what, honestly guys, at this point, I have not even pre-ordered the box set yet. I'm still on the fence about whether I should get it or not. So we've had a couple of the songs from the upcoming box set already show up on YouTube. So the acoustic version from 1988 of Move to the City is now available to listen to on YouTube, as well as the 1986 demo of Welcome to the Jungle that was done at Sound City Studios with Nazareth guitarist Manny Charlton. If you guys remember, we interviewed Manny Charlton not too long ago on GNR Central, and Guns N' Roses' social media pages basically posted, if you guys go pre-order the Super Deluxe Edition for $179.99 off of iTunes, you'll get both Move to the City plus Shadow of Your Love instantly when you pre-order Appetite for Destruction Super Deluxe Edition. Now, we also have some tragic news this week. I'm sure you guys probably saw the headlines that Pantera's drummer, Vinnie Paul, or the former Pantera drummer, Vinnie Paul, had passed away at the age of 54. He passed away in his sleep. It wasn't immediately known what the cause of death was, but we had a number of the current and former members of Guns N' Roses take to social media to basically express their condolences. Duff, McKagan, Slash, and Matt Sorum took to Twitter to express their sympathies, as well as DJ Ashba, who posted a photo with Vinnie Paul as well. We also had Richard Fortus go on social media as well. Some people are wondering, will Guns N' Roses pay tribute to Pantera at some of their upcoming shows? I think it's highly unlikely, but I could be wrong. Nobody thought they'd be playing Black Hole Sun as a tribute to Chris Cornell at their shows for the last year or so. Guns N' Roses also released a new video for their song Shadow of Your Love. So they previously released a lyric video, but now they've put out a new version of that video, which features both the lyrics to the song and pictures from their current Not in This Lifetime tour. It's a decent video. It's worth checking out. It's a little disappointing they didn't really use a ton of live footage, because I think that would have been much better. And as you guys know, Guns N' Roses have been playing Shadow of Your Love pretty much since this European leg of the tour has started. We also had some old school footage show up on YouTube. So the Dutch TV show Countdown released a previously unseen interview with Slash from 1992 during the Use Your Illusion tour, when Guns N' Roses were touring Europe in the summer of that year. Now, it's about 14 minutes long. The quality is great. I've linked to it down below if you guys are interested. We also had an interview with Myles Kennedy, who talked about the upcoming Conspirators, a record. Myles made some interesting comments. He basically said that the upcoming record, Living the Dream, is musically similar to Slash's last disc, and Myles said that, yeah, it definitely has those sonic hallmarks. I think that started to evolve on Apocalyptic Love, which was their 2012 album. It's 12 songs, and there aren't a lot of epic journeys. We had more of the epic things on World on Fire record. These are very concise, and there's an up-tempo quality to a lot of the tracks that I think bode well for this band. So yeah, we're excited to put it out there and do some touring on it. It should be fun. We also had an interview with Guns N' Roses' booking agent. He gave an interview to Polestar, so he works with United Talent Agency. His name's Ken Fermagalich, and he talked about overseeing the Guns N' Roses concert performances in the United States and discussed the success of the band's ongoing Not in This Lifetime tour. He said it's been an amazing ride. You hope to get yourself in a position where you can handle something like this if it happens. At the end of the day, this has been fun, and they're really great people I've gotten to work with in their camp. He also discussed how the band seems to have matured since their days of being notoriously late to concerts and having tantrums, saying the experience people are having right now from a consumer perspective, but also from a business perspective, is really good, he said. Whatever happened in the past is the past. I asked people early on in this project to suspend their opinions from the past and try to focus on the here and now and the future, because that's how we're looking at it. It's the whole new day for the band, and we believe their ability to do incredible things, and we're seeing it come to life. Luckily, our business partners have done an amazing job, and I give credit to a lot of them. Many have lived through the problems 20 years ago and took all of that, parked it, and said, okay, show me what you can do today, and the band has delivered. He also said he believes the group's appearances at Coachella Festival back in 2016, near the start of the Not in This Lifetime tour, were the key to the tour's success. That was a very strategic first look, he said. It's something we thought about and talked about a bunch. We felt very strongly that it could be an amazing launch pad for the band, and sort of a statement saying, we're not just what you thought we're not what you thought we were in the 90s, but we can still be very relevant in this decade. And clearly it was impactful from that perspective to be part of that festival, to headline that festival, and to be part of a culture of Southern California. So if you guys want to read the complete interview, I've linked to it down below. So Guns N' Roses had played Belgium this past week, and Duff's daughter's band, the Pink Slips, were also playing a show in Belgium. So people were out and about, and they spotted Axl Rose, Duff McKagan, Dizzy Reed, and Betta hanging out in Belgium and attending Duff McKagan's daughter's show. And even before the show, Axl had sent Duff McKagan's daughter flowers and basically wishing her good luck on the upcoming shows. So Guns N' Roses have launched a new website called flygnrair.com. There was a trailer they actually put out this past week promoting it, and all the website's really there for is to sell merchandise with the name GNR Air on it and show you where they're going to be touring as part of this Leg of the Not in This Lifetime tour. You can pre-order some of the clothes, but to be honest, guys, I think it's a ripoff. A lot of the clothes start at $40 US, and they're just nothing special. They're basically hoodies, t-shirts, sunglasses, and some other tchotchkes as well. So I've put the link to it down below if you guys are interested. The reaction on social media has been kind of mixed. So there was a website that basically compiled the best-selling rock records, more like the best-selling rock vinyl records of 2018 so far. So this is according to Ultimate Classic Rock. So they only looked at the best-selling rock records for the first half, and of course we're only talking about vinyls here. So Metallica's album Hardwired to Self-Destruct sold 136,000 units so far. That made it the number 22 best-selling record on the half-year sales chart so far. So number 2 is Bon Jovi with their new record, This House Is Not For Sale. They sold 131,000 records, which may give them the 25th spot. Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction was number 16 on the best-selling rock charts. It sold 43,500 copies, and that was 113th on the overall music charts. While the Greatest Hits album was number 18, it sold almost 42,000 copies, earning it the number 123rd spot on the overall music charts. So it's kind of depressing when you see like rock music compared to pop music. It's not selling quite as well, but it's still nice to see Guns N' Roses being in the top 20, and I'm sure whenever the Appetite reissue comes out, it's going to be on the Billboard charts as well. And our final news story of the week, this one was an interesting one. So apparently when Michael Jackson was on his last tour back in 2009, of course they never did any shows, they did the rehearsals, then he passed away. On his This Is It tour, his drummer recently posted on social media some of the itinerary for some of these shows and the set list. And on the song Black and White, Slash was supposedly going to make an appearance during that tour. It's not clear how many shows he would have made an appearance on, but I just think of what could have been, because it's been quite a while since Slash performed with Michael Jackson. I think the last time was in 2001 in New York City. They played that show on September 7th, just 4 days before 9/11. They did Beat It and Black and White as well. So that was something that kind of went under the radar. But that does it for this week's Guns N' Roses news. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also share it and hit the subscribe button if you love Guns N' Roses as much as I do. Also be sure to go on to gnrcentral.com to keep up to date on the latest Guns N' Roses news as it breaks. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have yourself a good day.